Well, I'm Joe Massaro with Energy in Depth, and I'm here with, what are your names again? Let's go through that.
Officially did that. Andrew Benjamin.
Okay.
Jordan Ordzonski.
Jenna Ordzonski.
Oh, sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, cool. So, I heard about you guys. Your landlord is Don. Not sure I say his last name, but Don's big in the gas industry, doing stuff, more activist stuff, very pro-gas, and he's renting his house to you guys, right? So how'd you guys meet Don?
Craigslist.
Oh, really?
Yep, we were the first callers and got lucky. Ended up at this place.
When he advertised on Craigslist, he'd say it was for gas workers or anything like that?
He didn't mention anything until when I called, he asked if we were in the gas business, and that's always a real hesitative question to answer, and you don't know who's for it or who's against it. So, luckily he was all for it, so we were pretty much in.
Gotcha. So all three of you work for the gas industry then?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just moved here from New York, right?
We moved from Wheeling, West Virginia. We
Oh,
had
okay.
Well,
an apartment out there.
Yeah, we went from New York to Wheeling.
To West
Okay.
Virginia.
To work in the industry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get hooked
My
up with the
story's
industry?
a little different than theirs. I go to
Why don't
school.
you go first then? Okay.
Okay, so I went from New York and down to WVU, West Virginia University, to go
Okay.
study petroleum and natural gas engineering. And I later had an internship 2 years later with a company, and I ended up in Wheeling. And then that's why she came to Wheeling. She started working for the company I was interning with.
Okay.
And then they ended up, actually they're still in Wheeling, but
Oh, so you work
Now-
out
I'm
in Wheeling,
still
yeah.
in Wheeling.
Oh, wow. So you
now
moved here?
I'm working, I'm doing a co-op and I'm working north of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So, and she's over in Bell Vernon. So this is like the middle of
Sorry.
it.
Gotcha.
Middle.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
where
sense.
we all kind of branch out and drive in different directions
Yeah.
to do
Right.
different things.
Right.
Mhm.
And where in New York were you living before you guys came down here, or to West Virginia?
Me, Horseheads,
Oh, Horseheads.
Elmira.
Okay, yeah, I know
Yeah.
Elmira, yeah.
We grew up on Cuca Lake. In
Oh, my
Hammondsport.
family has a house on Cuca.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
that's funny.
That's
On the,
awesome.
Yep.
right by the bluff on the east
Okay.
side.
Yeah,
east side,
yeah, cool.
East Lake Road.
By like the Swits, that
Yes,
restaurant there and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Cool.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
Small world.
small
Yeah, closer to
world.
Penyon though.
Okay,
On
yeah.
that side.
Cool.
Yeah, that's funny. So have you guys always wanted to get into the industry, or how did that work out for you? Or come to fruition?
Our mom has been doing it for years. She's been in the industry for years.
Oh, really?
And, you just gotta know someone first.
Right.
And the opportunity just came for the both of us, and you just, have to be willing to travel and
Right.
drop everything you're doing. And
Right. So she worked in the industry. Is that in New York?
yes, they were
Okay.
working out of Pennsylvania though.
Oh, okay. So she was traveling, driving over.
She still lived home, but it was just over the border in Pennsylvania,
Gotcha.
Bradford County.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Yep.
development up there.
Oh yeah,
So how do you guys like working for the industry?
not too bad.
Yeah, I really like it.
I like
Do
it
you?
a lot.
Yeah.
I find that everyone I've met so far is very friendly. You
Right.
don't meet any bad people out here when you've got to travel and meet new people for a living.
Right.
It's a pretty good group of people usually.
Yeah. And as for the opportunities going to New York, is that kind of why you guys kind of didn't hesitate to, come down here?
Yeah.
The jobs here are a lot more.
It'd be nicer if
Wonderful.
there was an opportunity like this in New York, but
Right.
even when I started, the office that I worked out of was in Owego, and
Yeah,
she was real friendly. So I had to drive from Hammondsport to Owego, which is an hour and a half
yeah, I know.
every
we go.
day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was driving 3 hours a day just to go to and from work.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, that's a commute for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's worth it though.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
How are the? Go
I
ahead.
can answer. Back to your original question, what brought us out down here, or brought us into the industry?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My father is a layman in New York,
Okay.
and he was never in the industry until like his 50s. My sister owned a house, and she had a guy that was real big in the industry. He was from the South, and he came up, and he was their tenant. And so he got my dad into it as a landman because it was a lot more money. The job was easier. He loved it. Right. So that was really the first I had seen of the industry, how well it paid and how big it was.
Yeah.
And so that intrigued me. So I knew that I wanted to get in the industry because I wanted to be where the money was.
Right.
And so I looked for engineering majors because online it's always everybody's looking for engineers.
Right.
And
yeah.
So I'm like, I want to combine both. And WVU had the petroleum and natural gas engineering major, and it really wasn't too far from home. So I decided to go down there, and I figured after I graduate, by the 4 years later, by that time New York will be opening up.
Yeah.
And then I'll have my degree, and I'll go back to New York, and it'll just be opening up, and the business will be booming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good thing I'm doing this co-op now, so it's postponing my graduation another year.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So I still have a year and a half
New York's open by then. Yeah. So you're an engineer in the industry.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you two do?
I sit in the office and I create the documents that go out to the landowners for permission for the right of way.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm being trained to do like abstracting in the courthouses and just some other
legal
things
stuff.
in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to have though. It's nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we need it.
I work for the pipeline company, paying all the bills for the supplies that they use to build it and put it in the ground.
Okay. Very cool. And what do you guys think about the operations out here in Pennsylvania, West Virginia so far?
Seem to be working, making the
things are done
state
safely.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear of any problems.
Right.
As far as environmental problems, major environmental problems.
Right.
I mean, you only hear of happy landowners, really.
Yeah. So is that what you've encountered mostly? Happy landowners to an extent?
Mm-hmm.
People are pleased with the industry coming in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're more and more strict on the environmental as well.
Right.
Oh, it's crazy.
How so? Regulations?
Well, as far as when I had the internship and where she is now, putting in these transmission lines.
Right.
That's the most, other than drilling, that's the most environmentally impactful.
Right. Yeah. Impact the environment. Yeah, I got you.
Right. Because you're covering miles of land.
Right.
But I mean, as far as keeping the roads clean, they have constant sweepers running down the roads, cleaning them up.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're repairing all the roads, all the silt fence and mats that they use when they're close to wetlands. They take all the precautions.
Right. And yeah, that all sounds good. What would you guys advice to someone graduating college in New York now, kind of looking for getting into the industry? You guys have any suggestions on kind of where to go for that or routes to take? And
First, figure out what part of it you want to do.
okay. Yeah.
There's so many different aspects to,
what part
how the
you'd be
whole-
interested in.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or what part you'd be good at,
Yeah.
And it depends on how close you are to the PA border.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. And you guys finding jobs, well, you have something already set up through the school or whatever, but finding your jobs, how was that down here? Is that easy or is that a process?
I mean,
It was actually
pretty
fairly
easy.
easy.
Was it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of quick. Yeah.
They have openings everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You just
It's
like
not
you
hard to
said
get
though
in.
too, it just kind of gets dropped in your lap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the opportunity comes, or someone tells you, hey,
Check
this
this
company
out.
is
Yeah.
looking for, here's the information, here's
Mhm.
the contact information.
But I mean, once
Right.
you get into it, you're always going to meet new people. You're always going to
Mhm.
network and
Right.
branch off, and
Yeah.
it's crazy how many people, the people
The
that I work with,
connections.
know from
Right.
all over. It's
Yeah.